Quotation matters in court. It locks meaning. Survivors told Larry Nassar in a packed Michigan courtroom there was nowhere left to hide. More than 160 victims stood behind the record. The judge enforced decorum when a father asked for 5 minutes. That moment sits on the line between grief and the rule of law, and you feel how due process keeps the room from breaking. And in Nebraska, I killed her. I didn't mean to, but I did. Aubrey Trail's admission forced jurors to weigh words against the wider record: surveillance, witnesses, and charge sheets. Watch how specific phrases, under oath, can redirect everything that follows. So let's put that pressure under the lens. Nassar sentencing, when prestige meets a packed courtroom. You've watched outrage trend online. Here, it had to move through microphones, case files, and a judge who would not let emotion rewrite the law. Larry Nassar sat at defense counsel, a former physician for USA Gymnastics and Michigan State University, a man who hid his crimes under clinical pretense and access. The record shows years of exploitation of trust inside elite sport, and a courtroom finally packed with survivors ready to speak. More than 160 who came forward. This sentencing drew national attention because the scale was undeniable and the institutions were out in the open. The thing about this case is prestige can dull alarms. Verified reports show that proximity to medals and titles creates blind spots. Policies that look strong on paper can be weak in practice. Complaints stall when power controls the pipeline. At MSU, reports had reached officials as early as 1997, long before termination. That's the pressure point you're seeing. An arena that once shielded a doctor now had to sit for sworn statements, one after another, under a judge's supervision. Now let's look at the procedure. A sentencing hearing is designed to hear victim allocution. Survivors have the right to speak. The judge has the duty to keep order. The evidence suggests that due process at this stage is a checklist. Miss a step and you risk appeal, delay, and a fractured outcome. The judge in this hearing structured the process to let the record breathe. Statements cataloged, exhibits logged, and the defendant's convictions already secured. Concrete consequences were already underway, tied to violations of federal child exploitation statutes like 18 U.S.C. Section 2251, which prohibits producing child pornography, and Michigan's criminal sexual conduct laws under MCL 750.5 20B for first-degree assaults. Nassar's repeated medical manipulations breached these by crossing into non-consensual penetration and abuse of minors in his care.